there anybody here with any Irish in them? Is there any of the girls that'd like a little more Irish in them?
Wow.
Hello.
Hi, Tim. Welcome.
What's up? Welcome.
What have you been up to lately?
Me? Who, me?
You.
Well, we're watching The Umbrella Academy.
It sounds horrible.
Oh, it's good.
No.
It's really good.
It's another one of those based on a graphic novel things, so it's...
It's not about umbrellas?
No. It's kind of weird, but it's...
Because I don't know if you need an academy to work an umbrella. It's like you just do it once.
Are you on season 2?
Yeah, we just started. We're on episode 4, I think, of season 2.
I liked it better than season 1. I don't know what your feeling is, but
Yeah, so far I like it better. At season 1, I think at first you're like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah.
The first 3 or 4 episodes, you're like, "What? Huh?"
yeah.
But now that you're like, "Okay, this is cool. I get it."
Yeah.
So Joe, if you watch it, just be patient with it, because they just throw you right in the middle of it. You're like, "Huh? What?"
Hey, look, listen. If I'm turning something on called the umbrella anything, I'm going to have to be patient. I agree with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this like a talking monkey shows up, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, that's Pogo. He talks."
Ooh, like Sir Lancelot Link?
Yeah.
God.
The effects are a little bit better.
Not quite. Yeah. That
Bunch of chimps chewing gum.
Yeah, exactly.
that's how I got him.
Hey, last time.
That's how I got him.
Did y'all vote?
I did vote.
Of course.
I did. I voted as well.
Yeah, me too. Good. So I don't have to worry about making a plan anymore because I fucking did it.
Yeah. Did you guys do it in person? I dropped my mail bot.
I went in person.
In person.
Mail in.
I shoved that motherfucker right in the...
It's rigged. It's rigged. It's a hoax. It's rigged.
Right. Yes, because they've never used mail-in ballots before ever. It's a flawed system.
I am a little scared that apparently I've heard one of the big things is they compare your signature to the signature you have for your driver's license.
I didn't sign shit.
My signature. My handwriting is fucking atrocious.
What did you sign?
For the mail-in, you have to sign it.
Yes, you got to sign. Yeah, you got to sign it. But one way or
And
another,
the witness sign it.
I'm like pretty much just trying to compare it to my. I can't even replicate
Plagiarizing your own signature.
Yes, I can't even replicate how horrible the signature on my driver's license is. I tried. I'm like, fuck this. I'm just gonna sign my fucking name.
Don't you sign that one on your driver's license on a computer with a screen? That doesn't count. How is
That's
that
not fair. I draw happy faces
Bullshit.
on those things.
You're lucky if you got it in the lines at all.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like up and down vertical. It's vertical lines and yeah.
Yeah, mine's like a T and then just nothing. Just scribbly.
I can't wait for this. You're gonna love it.
When did you first fall in love with metal?
I went to this record store and I was going to get the new Journey album, and there was like an older kid there, and he's like, "Don't get that, man, get this." And he gave me the Ozzy Osbourne Blizzard of Oz.
Yeah.
Where else can these kids go where they come somewhere and they all feel a sense of, this is our thing,
Let me tell you something about Slayer fans. They look like the extras from Lord of the Rings. They came out of nowhere, under the ground.
The passion and the darkness, the evil of the music.
You know what marriage is like? Marriage is like you ever go to a concert and you see a mosh pit and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna go get in that mosh pit. But then once you get in it, you're like, I do not want to be in this mosh pit.
Who'd win in a wrestling match, Lemmy or God?
Lemmy.
God.
Wrong, dickhead. Trick question. Lemmy is God.
All right.
That was weird last week when I said how Lemmy was fitting at the end of that. And we didn't even talk about Motorhead. Maybe soon we will. I think we should probably maybe next week we can talk about that.
Maybe next week.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Well, welcome back to Somewhere in Time podcast, everybody. SomewhereInTimePodcast.com. Go there, find our shit. Reach out to us if you have requests. Send us information. Send us requests. Send us shit.
Feedback.
Send us anything. Feedback.
Tell us we are great or tell us we are terrible. But tell us
Are you
something.
saying you want information?
Information.
Send us
Who are you?
information.
Who are you? The
New number 2.
You want number one? You are number 6.
Okay, I'm good with that. That would have been a bad show then, wouldn't it?
So I'm Eric. We've got Tim here.
Hello.
Joe Bond is here.
Hola.
And Keith is here.
Hello.
This episode we are focusing on an Irish band. What Irish band is metal?
It's not you too.
And are they even really that metal?
Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
So this is Chinatown by Thin Lizzy. We're going to talk about tonight.
Thin Lizzy, baby.
Thin Lizzy, baby. Let's play a little of the title track. I think it's a good one to go with.
Yeah. Some Thin Lizzy for you.
WCCC. WNBC.
Living a dying in Chinatown. Yes, they're living a dying down in old Chinatown. In Chinatown, you better look around. Man, you don't stand a chance if you go down in Chinatown.
All right. So Thin Lizzy is Phil Lynott on bass guitar, keyboards, and vocals. Scott Gorham on guitars and vocals. Snowy White on guitars. That was Snowy White. And Brian Downey on drums.
Yeah,
It's produced by this album was produced by Kit Wolven.
Who?
Exactly.
Kit.
We're going to talk about that.
I have no idea who
Talk
Kit
about
Wolven
Kit
is.
Wolven?
We're going to talk about this
Why?
production.
Okay.
We're gonna
Oh,
get
the
into
production?
that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, Joe, you are the main fan of this band.
I love this. I love Thin Lizzy, baby.
So why don't you get us started? Now, motherfucker.
I'm used to Eric saying stuff, and I riff off of that. Oh, fuck it, I'll do it.
Why do you like Thin Lizzy so much?
That's a weird question. They sound good.
So, Joe, do you have any Irish in you? And would you like some?
Yeah. Thin Lizzy, baby.
Explain it to him.
I'm never getting started. I will. I'll be upfront. It was not an album I maybe had heard it once before it was like 1980. Let's get an album out because it's probably, I hate to say it, I think it might be their stinkiest album.
You know, if this is their worst album, then I need to listen to more Thin
Thunder
Lizzy.
Lightning, their last album, that might have been worse. It's close. This song, but that being said, it's still a good album. I still love the album.
Yeah.
My biggest issue right away, and it's so frustrating, is there's no balls to the production. It's the wimpiest sounding rock album you'll ever hear. And I think every one of their other albums, if you listen to, there's just more punch to it. I had to almost max out my volume in my car to like get this to the same level as.
Oh my gosh!
The other stuff.
They need to remaster this clearly.
Yeah.
Well, I actually bought the reissue CD, but I did not get it in time for this review.
Gotcha.
It is. I guess it's being shipped right now. I had to get it on eBay, but I think the songwriting is still pretty strong on this album.
Absolutely.
It's just a good fucking rock album. This band is so hard to define. Like, they're not quite metal, but they're not quite hard rock. They're kind of like, they're like right in between, and they always have been. They have their own sound.
I don't know if I agree with that, but
you don't think so?
I mean, I definitely think they're a hard rock band. I mean, I
think they're harder than
I'd
hard
say this one. I guess you're right in that I never really besides The Boys Are Back in Town, over and over and over again. I haven't really listened to a whole lot of this band. Now, of course, I'm interested
in what you guys think.
You watch enough VH1 or anything like that that's going to highlight, the era of this band. Everyone talks about Phil and it's just his effect on so much. Yes, but I mean, as a rock icon, Phil actually, I think, was maybe even, as big as this band in total.
I don't think this band has ever gotten what what they deserve.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
definitely not.
I didn't dig.
I'd say this is like another Deep Purple, like a band that Deep Purple gets credit a lot, but this band,
I think they're even below that in the hierarchy.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah. Well, the fact that they influenced
singers like Deep Purple, but what's that, Eric?
They influenced one of our favorite bands collectively. I mean,
and
it's right off the bat, you hear the first riff on this album, you're like, "Holy shit, that's Maiden!"
and Metallica,
and Metallica too.
And Metallica, of course,
Metallica, big time.
Oh, but Maiden. The solo, the guitar harmonies throughout Thin Lizzy's career after they got two guitar players, that's total Maiden.
Yeah. Well, the first riff, here, I'll play it.
Yep.
I mean,
and don't tell me that 311 doesn't like this shit too.
Oh, exactly.
Because they even have a song called "Hey You" on this album.
I know. I thought about that too.
Pity the fool.
It's actually, that song is really good. It might be my favorite on the album, actually. One of them.
I think Genocide, it might be my favorite.
Genocide, I think, is my favorite.
Having a Good Time is mine.
Oh, really?
That was like Queen Mach 2.
That is a hard rock song. I'd say like the only real metal song on this entire album is Killer on the Loose. And I'd say Having a Good Time is flat out 80s rock and roll.
Oh, yes.
If you told me that was a Queen cover song, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah. But also, I
totally.
Because they do have the song Having a Good Time.
So. But it sounds so similar.
Yeah. I 100% agree.
I thought it reminded me of Huey Lewis in the News.
Really?
I mean, that works too. It's that 80s sort of, happy.
And I will say that Huey Lewis
followed up by Genocide.
Right.
Right. Having a good time with Genocide.
Well, that is a weird placement now.
Wait, there's a spot in Having a Good Time I have to play that I laugh at every single time.
When he's talking about the drummer?
340?
Yes.
Brian, 340. Hit the drum.
Oh, I missed it. Hold on.
Let's play that one more time.
Oh, yeah,
that drum, Brian. Hit me as hard as you can. That's the way I like it. Do it again. Do it again. Let's do it again. Having a good time.
Right here.
Oh, yes, I like this. Having a good time.
I like this.
I think he was high as fuck.
Yeah,
probably.
And was having a good time.
I don't know. I felt that was kind of like gave it a live atmosphere to a studio song. So I enjoyed that immensely.
I need to pull that.
Good. I thought I was going to have to defend that song on here. You guys.
No.
All right, cool.
There was no song on this album that I disliked. I think
when you bring your own a band that you like more than or know better than everyone else, there's this like
sure.
Yeah. Are they gonna like this?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's great.
I would say this had to grow on me. When I first threw this in, I was bored. This easily drowned into the background. It's just definitely a band you need to listen to what they're doing in order to kind of get into it more. And as you stated, Joe, this might be their worst album. Did you say?
And it's either this or I think Thunder and Lightning.
Yeah, probably. This was definitely on the downtrend as Phil descended into the life of a heroin addict.
Yeah.
What's funny about that is I know, Joe, you mentioned that we should go back and listen to their previous album, which I did, and I'll listen to it again. But upon first listen, I like this one better.
Really?
I like Chinatown.
Oh wow.
But you know what? A part of that might be, we've always talked about on this podcast about your introduction to a band and how that sticks with you. And
so you started on the perfect one.
But it's the first full Thin Lizzy album I've ever heard. I don't think I've ever listened to any full Thin Lizzy album. I've heard, of course, Jailbreak and Boys Are Back in Town, of course, but
the album
many times.
The songs, not the albums, the songs. Yeah, I mean, we covered Boys Are Back in Town.
Jailbreak is one of their best albums.
And I need to go back and listen to that. I mean, just other album. I need to really dig into their catalog because I just don't know their stuff at all.
Did you guys have The Boys Are Back in Town in your head after hearing this album, even though that song isn't on this album?
No, I had having a good time.
I've been trying to avoid. That's the one thing. Like that's this band. You know, as a bassist, this is one of those bands that the bassist is the main guy, the songwriter. All that, and it's one of those bands that I knew I always was supposed to be listening to and a big fan of, and I just never got around to it. So, yeah. Thanks, Joe, for bringing this up. Makes me feel better that I'm jamming to it, but.
Yeah,
I try to avoid Boys and Back, which is a good song. But once again, it's like
it's overplayed.
Foxy Lady, it's like, God damn it, stop playing the fucking song.
Right. If you see Thin Lizzy in a jukebox, the two songs are going to be "Boys Are Back in Town" and "Jailbreak."
Yeah,
right.
And on Ozzy's Boneyard as well.
Yeah,
those are the songs they play.
Actually, Florentine was playing Chinatown the other day, and I was like, "Oh well, yes,
Florentine knows what he wants.
He knows.
Yeah, he knows.
About this.
Well, what I liked about this album was it covers all sorts of genres. Like there is some hard rock in there, but the song "Sugar Blues," I mean, that's ZZ Top. That's like straight up ZZ Top. That's what I thought anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but then there's like "Genocide" is pretty heavy.
It's such a fun good song.
Yeah. And that one, like Keith was saying, kind of grows on you.
Like your kind of ballady, broken heart guy song.
Mm-hmm.
But, he's also kind of admitting he's the fuck up as well.
Mm-hmm. There's strings in that song too.
Killer on the Loose, that was I guess the hit off this album, right?
Was it? I don't know.
Sweetheart's catchy as fuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. This is a great album.
Those are cool.
Yeah, Sweetheart, what I read, I forget where I got it, but the purpose or kind of intention of that song is said to be Jesus Christ saying it to humanity.
Oh.
Which is...
Well, Phil Lynott was...
weird.
He remained religious throughout his... He was... raised very religious.
An Irishman was Catholic?
But he remained a believer throughout his life, even as he killed
said
himself.
it into heroin addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, even as I say, like, this is probably their weakest album, I love the album.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the song list right now. I'm like, I don't dislike anything on here.
I wasn't blown away by this, but I definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah, I agree.
This is definitely not a must own, and this is definitely, as an introduction for me, this makes me want to listen to the rest of everything else. So
yeah,
exactly.
I think
yeah, that's a good way to put it.
What else you find, and the album that came out after this, Renegade, I think is better than this as well. What did you think, Tim? You listened to Renegade?
Yeah. I thought it was better.
Yeah,
I agree.
Man, I got to go listen to Renegade now too. Jeez.
Yeah.
So, I'm guessing a lot of people that are listening to us have not heard.
Yeah, we should play.
Maybe Chinatown or Killer on the Loose.
It's time out. No, time out. It's funny you mentioned that because for some of these, for our show, I listen to a lot of this stuff on YouTube. Yeah. And I don't know.
We're supposed to do some Irish whiskey while we're.
There you go. But one way or another, when you search for, you hop on YouTube, you search for Thin Lizzy, Chinatown, full album, it comes up and it starts playing everything. And normally, like, the image you see is just like a picture of the fucking band. For this band, for this album, the one I grabbed for Sugar Blues is just nonstop of, the intro to porn clips. Just what? Like, just before they take any of the clothes off, it's just they're just about to, and it's like, what the fuck is this? And of course, the entire comment section was hilarious because everyone just like, guys, I love this song, but fuck you. And it was like, another guy commented, just like, there isn't a single woman in this little clip that even knows who this band is.
Yeah.
It's just like,
well,
yeah, we should play a little bit of this.
Yeah, if you could play like some chunks of a bunch of the songs, I think, because like you said, it's not hard rock or metal or blues throughout. It's a it's a good mix of stuff, which is they kind of have that throughout all their albums too.
Yeah,
they're pretty. They have their own sound, but they don't fear venturing out to do different type of things.
Well, let's play a little
sounds.
Sugar Blues since we were just talking about that. It's so ZZ Top.
Yeah.
And we got Tim. We got to talk about Brian Downey here, right?
Yeah. Pretty good.
A bit, yeah. It's good.
Pretty good.
Concerning my health. Oh no, I'd never worry. I'd much rather do something else.
And I'm talking over the music here a little bit.
It's okay.
There's something about Phil Lynott when he's. If you listen to like any of their live stuff, none of the vocals are the same from one show to the next. Like,
oh, really?
Which is incredibly, I think, is impressive for a bass player who's locked into the rhythm, because he'll just sing the timing wherever he kind of feels like. It's not like he changes the song, but he'll just kind of talk over some parts, sing some parts a little differently. Like, he's got two rhythms going on. Like, it's his voice and then the bass, which like I don't know how you fucking do that, right? Like,
right.
You kind of have to get into a groove, it feels like, but he's able to just he kind of puts his vocals where he feels like it at the time. So there's kind of like a folk type of lyric to the way he does his voice and his singing. Let me go down to make sure we gotta play Genocide, right?
Yeah, I'll play a little bit of that.
Okay. Gotta fucking love this song. Again, Maiden.
Yep.
Yeah, totally.
When they try to tell you knowledge is a dangerous thing, it's such a dangerous thing. People that have it are the people that sin, and the people that need it are the people that could never win. They could never win. Let me get you out of here, little broken wing. There are people around here that are right. There are people around here that like to sleep at night. There are people around here that go slow. There are people around here that don't take kindly to the killing of a buffalo.
So Lars right there.
I know. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. I thought if there's a song on this album I'd like to cover, it would be this one for sure. It's got such a good heavy riff. It's great. But yeah, that may be my favorite on the album. That and the first song, "We Will Be Strong." Yeah. I think that the chorus
That's
of that
very
song.
anthemic.
Yeah, it's really good. I didn't play that yet, so we could play a little bit of that too. Especially the chorus. I missed it. Hold on. I'm going back.
We will be strong. I know we have the strength to carry on. The strength. I know my rights. I know my rights. I know you lost. I won. We will be stronger. We will be strong and get stronger every day.
He's got that dancing.
Yeah, I know. And Hey You, like living in a hell.
That's at the end.
This is gonna sound weird, but I got a little bit of, and just the hooky chorus type things, a little Ghost in there. Like I can hear.
Really?
Tobias Forge was influenced a little bit by the songwriting in this band. I would
And
think.
that's Ghost kind of doesn't fit in kind of the
don't.
same way this band doesn't fit in.
Right.
They don't.
Yeah. But there's those hooky, like the chord progressions in the chorus. I could totally hear some of Ghost in there for sure.
Yeah, I thought "Hey You" was the best song on the album, and I liked how at about 2 minutes 20 seconds in they turned into "Merciful Fate."
Do it. Let's go.
220.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I have a note on this one too. Let's hear the 220 part first, and then I'll start it over because I want to ask you guys what that sounds like at the beginning. I think you should know, but. Oh yeah, that is Muzzle Fit.
Curse of the Pharaohs.
Oh shit!
Wow,
that riff is so quintessential. Thin Lizzy, I didn't even recognize it. Yeah.
How did you guys catch the motor?
That's fate.
It's your fault.
Right.
That's crazy.
Oh, we're gonna talk about Brian Downey, right?
Yeah.
But we got to talk about the guitarist too, right?
Snowy White.
Well, this is his first. Gary Moore had left the band. This is his first. Snowy White's first album with them. But one thing that is, we'll come to. So we'll start with the guitars because I want to know what Eric you think of the soloing on this album.
Oh, it's really good. I mean, not just the soloing, but the guitar harmonies.
Right.
So good. So good. But yeah, the solos and even the solo, I know he kind of introduces the guitar player. I think it's having a good time, right? He's like, here's Snowy White. It's like a radio show or something. And then at the end he goes, that was Snowy White. But yeah, no, really, really good guitar playing. I can see how they influence a lot of the metal bands that we listen to, and that's like if there are metal elements of the album, I would think the guitar soloing is probably the most metal of the album.
because like the backbeat and the riffs are more probably blues based if anything.
Mm-hmm.
But throughout Thin Lizzy's catalog, and you should celebrate the whole catalog as if it's Michael Bolton. But
yes,
yeah.
You
Snowy White is in that catalog.
The solos are always they're. I don't want to say what is it they say about Brian May with his solos. He revolutionized them because they were I don't know, written or style. What's the term they used to use for his or not harmonized but orchestrated or something Was he one of the first guys that would really plan out a solo in rock?
Mm-hmm.
Probably. It seems like that's accurate.
But I feel like Thin Lizzy had been doing it all along too with their solos. They're very Iron Maiden like in how
definitely
perfectly they fit in with the song. It doesn't feel like they're just improvising. You listen to their live stuff and they're playing the same solos for the most part. So I think their guitar players, they get underrated as well with the whole band. It's kind of weird how this band is not. It was never as big as I think they should have been.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to. I don't know if you paid attention to that specifically, Eric, or.
No, I need to listen to the album more. I only listened to it maybe 2 or 3 times. And I was really just trying to take in all the songs and kind of take notes on the songs themselves, not so much the guitar solos. So
you remember there was I don't remember which band we were talking about or who we were talking about, but it's probably Ozzy and Randy Rhoads. How I generally focus on the rhythm section in the band, and when there's bands that the solos really stand out to me, it's I appreciate that, and Thin Lizzy is through all their albums has been like that. They just sound right, they get it, and I actually pay attention to them. So I'd be interested to.
I'll do
when we talk about them again. I'm sure we will.
Yeah,
if you can. Just pay attention to that and see what you think. I also want to know what Tim thinks of the drumming on this album.
Yeah, I thought it's kind of similar to Bill Ward, where it's that's what it needs to be. Mm-hmm. It was just enough. It wasn't over the top, but he does do some flashy stuff here and there. The tom sounds super weird. They have that weird.
The production is not.
Yeah, it's that weird.
Well, but he's their drummer, so like he's throughout their career. So I think you've listened to like their catalog, right?
Yeah, I listened to them. I played them for like a week straight. I just played all of everything on Spotify. I just played it. So yeah,
I think he's fucking great.
Yeah, he's very good. Yeah.
This is just such a tight band.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all really talented. I mean, and the bass lines too. You can,
he knocks those out without even like. If you watch him play, he's not even paying attention to the bass. He's just hitting the notes. And it sounds good.
But there's some great bass lines on the album too.
And they're hard to hear on this album because of the stupid production.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So we were talking about the song "Hey You." I wanted to start it and see if you guys know what it sounds like.
Yeah, it sounds like
Police.
Yep, exactly.
Is it Walking on the Moon?
It is. Very good.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That's another really good bass player.
I think it's the same exact notes too, which is wild.
Just different order, right?
Which one came out first?
Same year.
Oh.
I wasn't. No shit.
Wow.
Yeah, I looked that up.
Jeez. So it's coincidence, or
I think it's coincidence. I don't know. Maybe they were in the same studio.
That album came out that year.
I think so. Yeah.
No shit. I didn't know they were. I didn't know they were around back then.
I'll double check, but
I didn't know they were putting out albums back then.
Yeah, I think they were. Walking on the Moon. Oh, 1979. So it was a year earlier.
No shit.
Rip-off artists.
Yeah.
Thin Lizzy.
They never wrote a song.
No.
But yeah.
Yeah, thought that was interesting.
Did you want to play some of the chorus of Hey You?
Yeah, I'll play the chorus and I'll play the last part.
They rock you with a sound. Hey you, you got it made, got it made. Hey you, you got it made. Hey you, all your friends told you you're a small town. Hey you got it made. Just living in your hometown. Sometimes it's
And I'll play my favorite part of the song.
living in this jungle. It's like living in a hell. When you see you fall, you stumble.
Stumble! It's like Danzig, but times 10.
These guys always remind me of being in a garage working on a car.
Okay.
Really? All right.
Yes. Because whenever you're working on a car, someone's playing classic rock, no matter what. Every time.
REO Speedwagon.
Always. And invariably Thin Lizzy comes on, even though it's going to be one of two songs. Still. It still reminds me of that.
So Phil, why not? Did he put out two studio solo albums? Actually, one was in 1980. I didn't realize it was the same year.
Huh.
They're really good too. If you want to check those out.
Okay.
Their first album was what, 72 or something?
It was they're
Man.
way back. But he's a really good fucking songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
He's got really good stuff. So shit. We could have talked about Solo and Soho. Because that's a 1980 album. Maybe we will. Who knows? We'll see how it goes.
Looks like their first album was 71. 71.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That is crazy. 71. The year you were born, Tim.
The year I was born.
Jesus, you're old.
I know.
Who knew? All right.
Yeah.
Killer on the Loose.
Oh yeah, the hit. Like
should have called that song Saucy Jack.
It's kind of a rapey vibe, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a catchy song, and then if you really listen to the lyrics, you're like,
yeah,
doesn't hold up that well. But
we'll play a little bit.
40 years ago.
I'll play the breakdown because that's got the kind of thriller vibe going on.
Breakdown.
Standing in the shadows of love, waiting for you.
Spooky.
Very thriller like.
Which he didn't rip off because that hadn't come out yet.
No.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson ripped off Thin Lizzy. How about that?
Right. Because no one's ever done that before.
Call in the lawyers.
I don't think we played any of having a good. No, we played a little bit of having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the one part there, besides, of course, what you did at 340, but the guitar riff on at 130 of that, I just thought was just...
Oh, yeah. This is good. Is that keyboards or guitar?
Yeah, what is going on there?
I don't know.
Hey, Snowy, play it!
Snowy! I think that was keyboards. But I'm not sure.
This is a good example of the good, clean, perfect solos.
That was Snowy White.
It's hilarious. I had no intention of having that be what you played, but turns out
I was hoping. Because he said right before, he's like, "Come on, Snowy, play it." And then that was Snowy White.
Let's just cover a little Didn't I? Because I think that's a creative...
Let's slow things down a bit.
Clever song. God, that sounds like...
Neil Diamond?
Real American heroes.
Yeah.
I didn't think that I would miss you.
But this is... I think every Thin Lizzy album has a song like this.
And I told you before.
There's some cool Under Festival.
But it picks up. It picks up a little bit.
That I would not love.
This part. I love this part.
Yeah.
I cannot cope anymore.
There's that Lars drumming too.
Strings.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good
Yeah,
song.
if you ever wonder where Lars got that idea to hit the tom, almost like a snare, look no further.
Brian.
This is where he got it.
Hit me with that drum, Brian!
Hit it as hard as you can. No. Kylo.
I fucking love this band. Thanks for bringing them up, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Explore some more. You're gonna like this band a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I like this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Black Rose is their best, I think.
Best album or song or album?
Album. I think.
Jailbreak's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I've got some digging into.
Black Rose is pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
They have a lot of albums, by the way.
They do, yeah. I was looking at that.
I think they have 13 studios or 12.
Let's see. 12 studio albums.
Oh, Vagabonds of the Western World. Fucking good album, man.
12. That's funny. 12 studio albums, 12 live albums. Interesting.
Huh.
All right. Well, should we grade this thing? I'll let Joe go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna go B+.
That's what I gave it.
All right.
I'm going to go...
I think it's mostly production.
Yeah.
I'm going to say B- because fuck you.
Because fuck you, this guy influenced Lars. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I give it a
always
B.
a
A B.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Well, excellent.
You know.
And we discovered there was they had a lyric that Hetfield stole right up. Right. It was on a different album, but
Yeah, different album.
But
Which one was that again?
that was
Honesty is my only excuse.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, next time when we talk about Motorhead, there's some lyrics that I want to talk about too.
Do
Oh
it.
yeah.
So yeah, next episode we'll be talking about Ace of Spades by Motorhead, sticking with that 1980 theme.
And bands that influence Metallica.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. I don't know. Last time we talked about Van Halen, I don't know.
No, I know, but I'm saying Thin Lizzy and then yeah.
Yes, gotcha.
Thin Lizzy, baby.
Well, cool. Well, until next time. We'll see you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Energy, aggression, power.
To sum it up, it's a
vulgar display of power. We say things to people that mean something. I mean, in our own little way.
Ricky, quick, will you try to take my pummel?
The human element of making music is what's most important. Singing into a microphone and learning to play an instrument, that's the most important thing.
Look out!